What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing some engine bay cleanup. As you saw yesterday, we got the engine out of the car. So there's that. I think the F20B is coming tomorrow. So I want to get a lot of this stuff like kind of not done but sorted. Basically what I want to do is get anything that I can off the firewall that isn't needed. So like I don't need this bracket thing. I already chucked wherever it went, that over there next to the battery. There's like a vacuum solenoid that like bolts right here. I don't need that. Especially with the new ECU I have the option to delete a bunch of sensors, so the engine won't run any differently with all this stuff deleted. So such as like all these little evap solenoids and any of this stuff. Like I really just like, look at this. This comes like this. This isn't like I didn't do this. It's literally just a check valve that goes up into here and then I don't know, into something on the throttle body. It's stupid. There's literally no reason for any of this stuff to be here. So I'm gonna try to get rid of as much as I can and really clean up this bay. So first, I think I'm gonna start off on the easier one. So obviously I need that. That's a slave cylinder. Actually, I think I need a new one. Probably gonna go grab a new one at some point. The battery cables, that can be off the firewall. I can move that like this way, or the firewall. I keep saying firewall. The strut towers. So most of the stuff like this, I think this is for the starter. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start unbolting this stuff. So what I've just done is I basically unplugged the main engine harness from here. So this is just an 8mm, and then I just disconnected all the connectors, obviously, that were over here. There's two big ones back here. These two, they're on these. I'll be removing those. I'm going to be moving the fuse box up so I can tuck anything that I can behind it. There's two very big power wires going to here, which is what I assume is the ABS stuff. So I don't want ABS. I don't care about ABS, so I'm not going to be, using any of that stuff. So, oh yeah, there's a lot of wire here, so that's good. Meaning like I have a lot of slack on this fuse box, so that can come up. All right, so as you can see, all of this is now bare, which is exactly what I wanted. I don't care so much about obviously these clips are gonna show because they have to plug into the harness, and maybe if that wasn't there I could do something about that, but I don't really mind if these clips are here and the harness is clipped into it since it's so close to the engine. What I really was more concerned about was this. I think this looks a lot better than having wires everywhere and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna, at some point I'm gonna take all this rust off and just spray it over. Here's a lot more. There's tranny cooler over here. I don't know if there's power steering cooler. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. So that thing down there, I'm just gonna loop the lines out. Actually, there's nothing in them right now. I'm just gonna take them out. And for anyone wondering, any of the excess wire, I just kind of put underneath the fuse box because I do want the fuse box in the stock location. So everything is just underneath it. So this side is already looking better. So what I'm gonna do about the power steering is, so basically, the power steering cools the transmission. I just found that out, so there's a big line over there that I can delete. I already went ahead and took off this, so basically it's reservoir to the pump to high pressure line to low pressure line back to the reservoir. So what I'm going to do is snip it right here, or cut it rather, and I have this hose right here that's going to go to that. Right here behind and then straight into this, and I'm just going to block this one off, and eventually I'm going to get a new power steering reservoir and probably tuck it somewhere. Maybe I'm thinking right here would be a good spot for it. Okay, so I got most of this out. I'm going to leave this little fuse block thing here because that doesn't bother me. I just, like I said, I really just wanted that clear, I don't want a bunch of lines everywhere. I don't need any of those vacuum lines, any of that EGR vacuum shit. Car's a 92. There's no emissions for 92 over here. Actually, no, I think it's just VIN check. Yeah, anything over 25-year-old, I think it's just VIN check. So I literally don't need any of this. So don't take my advice if you have a 5th gen and you have emissions where you are. Maybe if you're in Florida, you can do it. Definitely not California. But that is clear enough for me. This is clear enough for me. I'm just gonna tuck this ABS line through here and probably pull it out because I don't need it. Now comes the fun part. The firewall has a lot of vacuum lines on it and sensors I'm just gonna be throwing out. I don't want any of that shit. Only thing I want on the firewall is obviously those hard lines, any, you know, heater core lines, and the fuel filter, you know, stuff like that. But all of this I want out and away. All right, now at first glance it might look like it should to some of you, but some of you maybe be like, oh, you didn't take out that much. Well, I did. So remember, this whole firewall was all, god damn, remember this whole strut tower was all friggin' stuff all over it. This one is a massive improvement. The only thing on it now is just the reservoir, and I just kept those there because, I don't know, they're not in the way of anything. Doesn't make anything look worse. There's a new line right there. I looped that. Actually, I figured out how to get that thing past it. The secondary line that was right there, I just looped that. So now that's all set. On the actual firewall, all it is just brake lines. There's one brake booster line right here, vacuum line. The two heater core lines, and this you see right here, this is the shift linkage, these are the cables for it. I'm painting over all these lines. I don't care. Like, I literally don't care about any of that. I just want like this and this to look presentable. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but people are gonna be like, bro, why don't you tape over everything? I don't care that much. I just want the engine bay to not look like shit. And yeah, I really wish I could throw that in the dumpster, but mainly engine's gonna be here. You're not gonna really see any of this stuff at all. Matter of fact, the intake manifold comes out to like right here, so literally none of this will be seen. So I just want up here nice and black, and I want the strut towers nice and black, and over here in the mount like brackets. So I'm gonna run to Home Depot. I want to say they don't have brake clean there, but they might have something I can use. I don't know. So I got two things of engine now. Not that I'm gonna need it, but that easy off. And cloth like rags. I want something that doesn't lint as much. All right, well, the oven cleaner and the rag method seem to work pretty good. What's nice about the oven cleaner is, like, with a lot of degreasers, it stays wet. The oven cleaner, once you wipe it, it pretty much just dries itself. And the surface almost, like, becomes, like, I want to say, like, it kind of eats the paint. So maybe that's just a chemical reaction, but it's like the surface is almost sticky. I think that's why the paint's sticking so good. But, like, look at that. That's a pretty damn, no, I know I'm going to get comments. I don't care about that like whatsoever. I'm probably getting new coils at some point, but I'm going to keep these for now and maybe get some Swift Springs, try it out. If I don't like it, I'll probably throw some BCs in it or some D2s, but the paint went on really good. So like I said, anything that like I thought looked kind of shitty, I just kind of threw some paint over. This is 2 coats right here, so that should be good enough. And yeah, I'm really happy with just a black engine bay. Like my Z, I put like sparkles in the bay. Callie's bay, we just did black, but it's like just super dusty right now. I can't even like it. Just you can see that it's not silver, but it's just dusty as hell. But this stuff, I've said it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it 100 times. If you are painting something that you're cleaning, like an engine bay or something that's gonna like have stuff like on it, like basically anything that's going to be like have gas dropped on it or like, you know, bolts and stuff, a hammer, I don't know, tools on it. The only stuff that I've used that doesn't crack, at least if you do it right and put enough coats, is this engine enamel shit. And it is the least prone out of any spray paint to fisheye. And a lot of the spray paint blacks you get almost look like, they don't look deep, they almost look like a brown. As you can see here, that's a really good black for out of a can. I was thinking about doing a single stage, but I was just like, oh, all that prep and like for what? It's not like I'm taking, if I was taking everything out of the engine bay, that's one thing. And I don't know if I've said this before, but I don't want to shave the engine bay, clearly, because I didn't shave the engine bay. Fair enough, it's not the hardest thing to do ever, but say I do here and all this is nice and smooth, and then I go to a track and the body flexes a little bit, Bondo cracks and my bay looks like shit. So I'd rather just have, you know, non-shaved, just nice and tucked, and you know, a healthy looking engine bay. It's a simple concept. I literally just didn't want vacuum lines and like unneeded shit everywhere, especially because this car's a 92. I don't need to go to emissions or anything, so there's a lot I can delete. A lot of EGR stuff, just everything that I could delete. Last thing I gotta do anyways is this is like my 5th coat on this thing. It's just so damn greasy. I'm probably gonna do another coat on this. This is just the degreaser. Wipe it off and spray that, and then I'll be done. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready for the whole finish, Jamie? All right. Boom. All right. Almost couldn't see it for a second. Had to brighten up, but shout out Kevin for that Hassport mount. I will be making an engine damper type deal that goes to one of these front holes for the front engine torque mount, just in case. I'm currently looking for mounts for here and here. If not, I'm going to do the trick with the polyurethane, and I'll show you guys how to do that. That way I don't have to buy mounts, but engine bay is looking a lot better. Looks a lot better. I really like how there's nothing here and there's nothing here besides obviously the power steering reservoir is going to be there. There's no getting around that for now. But I'm going to buy a smaller one, like I said, and tuck it up here. So it's in front of the radiator, and yeah, it'll be good. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll put a picture I took of when I started right here. And back to that. Big difference. Might not have been able to tell just by me saying, hey look, there's nothing there, but after that picture, the 2 pictures, you should be able to tell pretty easily that this is massive difference, and the engine's going to look so much better in there, and it should be coming tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in that video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.